What up, everybody? We're back. Week 10. Whew. The weather's starting to change. Snow is falling in some places. Apparently, Colorado's getting a foot of snow in the last couple days. Rain. Weather looks great in Germany, though. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we head into week 10 and begin the stretch run. Quick hit number 1, chasing greatness. I mentioned this already in the chat, but it bears repeating. In this year, in a contract year, Jamar Chase is doing it like he hasn't ever done it before. He's turned in 2 of his best games in his career just against the Ravens this year. 81 points versus the Ravens for Jamar Chase. He is the only player in Crack Hill's history to score over 45 points 3 times. Only one other player has scored over 40 twice. Crazy. And the thing now, too, is if you look at our high scores in history, top 25 are over 40. Don't tell me that offenses are not dominating. It's a different era now. I remember when 30 points was good. Now 40 is really the benchmark for a huge game, and Jamar Chase has hit it 3 times now, 2 years in a row, over 45. 81 points against the Ravens would put Chase ahead of Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, and Devontae Adams entire seasons thus far. Insane numbers for Jamar Chase. He's making it look easy. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the Jamar Chase right now, unless you're playing against the Mean Genes, of course. Speaking of Jamar Chase, Thursday night shootout. I would have to do a deep dive, and I don't think I will, but let's just say it. This could be the highest scoring Thursday night game in Crack Hill's history. The Genes lead the Kings 78 to 54 after a Thursday night game. That is crazy. Of course, we talked about Jamar Chase's 46. Joe Burrow came along for the ride with 22. 9 from Roquan Smith for the Genes. On the other side of the coin, Lamar Jackson. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. There's no argument anymore. Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the NFL. The run he had down near the goal line, incredible. Incredible stuff. 27 for Jackson. 16 for Mark Andrews. Genes on pace to win. But one thing we've learned this season, even though their record doesn't reflect it, you never count out the Tinfoil Kings. Quick hit number 3. Loser out? Future Cop meets unfinished business this week in a game that might be a loser leaves town matchup. The Cops, promising start. First 2 weeks, one of the better teams in the league. Since then, wheels fell off thanks to the Rams. Of course, the Cops did have a strong surge against no comment when the Rams returned. But back to losing last week, although it was a very tough loss versus Superfly. Unfinished business, on the other hand, never really got off the ground this year. That might be thanks to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson did not deliver for the beginning of the season. They've had 2 good games. That's tough. That's tough when those are your connection at quarterback and wide receiver. Trust me. I know. UB recovered a little bit. Of course, won last week. But 3-7 is a tough road to come back from. We'll see if either of these teams can do it. Of course, with the middle of the standings all clumped up, just a couple wins could be the way to get there. Quick hit number 4. Together at the top. Superfly and All Business continue to pace the league. After a heartbreaking loss in Week 8, All Business returned the favor in Week 9, storming back on Monday night to knock off King Kwan, thanks to Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes and 14 catches from Travis Kelce, who overcame a lost fumble. It's a pretty good game for Kelce. I think when Kelce lost the fumble, things got dire for All Business, but they were able to pull it out, and comfortably, let's be honest. The Flies bounced back with a win last week, but by the slimmest of margins versus Future Cop. They face No Comment this week, a team they have traditionally dominated. All Business taking on the Dimebags, a team that's below them in the standings, but has been a tough out this year. Both these teams, if they can win, can stay tied, but I think either of them would really like to get that 1-game advantage at the top of the standings as we get close to the end of the season. Any separation will matter. Quick hit number 5. On the other side of the coin, the Mean Genes. 2 straight high scores about a month ago. The Genes have lost 3 straight now, and they've lost to some bad teams. No offense, guys. The only real good team that they've faced is Phil's Fugitives that knocked him off. King Kwan, not great. Unfinished business, not great. Knocked off the denim in the last month. But the Jeans responded with the big Thursday night game we already talked about. They need a win to get back into the loop, into the swing of things, but they do have a winning record, so that always helps. Finally, the player to watch this week. It's Russell Wilson. Russ has been cooking, and this week faces a Washington secondary that is not great against the pass. And he's got Mike Williams, who can be a great deep ball wide receiver if he has a quarterback that can get the ball there. Of course, he didn't have that in New York. Will Russ's moonballs return? He can still throw them. We've seen him to George Pickens, and we've seen them a little bit more often lately. But been a good bounce back season for Russ. We'll see if he can keep it going today. That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits for Week 10. Good luck to everybody this week, except Superfly.